Queen Elizabeth was nearly ousted from the top role by another royal with a secret plan. Queen Elizabeth II was almost removed from a senior royal position through a treasonous plot that has been brought to light. Unearthed reports show how a plan was drawn against then princess by exploiting her and removing her from the top position. Channel 5's documentary Inside Buckingham Palace gave a glimpse of the treasonous plot that was set in motion to step then Princess Elizabeth for yet another family member. Elizabeth was expected to take over as regent for her father, King George VI, back in 1946 after his death deteriorated. However, the great influence Prince Philip and his uncle Mountbatten had on Elizabeth became a cause of concern for some, as editor Kenneth D. Cousy became the first to appeal to former King George VIII to become the regency for King George VI. Christopher Wilson made these revelations in the documentary as he cited the British editor, writing to then Duke of Windsor Edward VIII. I do not think it too much to say if the regency should be one primarily influenced by Mountbatten, the consequences for the Windsor dynasty might be fatal. The Mountbattens, thoroughly well informed of the situation, will do everything in their power to increase their influence, De Courcy added. While in this case the Duke is of course not concerned with winning the crown, he could be concerned in something even more important than that, namely in laying entirely fresh foundation stones in the place of those which are not endangered. None of this can be done without extremely careful and painstaking work, he went on to write. The king is suffering from a grievous malady which is incurable. It has spread over his whole body, and the result is the blood does not flow freely through the arteries. I'm told on the highest medical authority that the king faces the tearful tragedy of losing first one leg and the other within 2 or 3 years, De Courcy reportedly wrote. The Duke could, in these difficult circumstances, be a decisive influence for good, making it absolutely impossible for the Mountbattens to become the decisive political and social influence upon the regency and the future monarch. Edward VIII kept the entire plot under wraps, but dropped a clue in a letter where he mentioned the subject we discussed in Paris. The plan was concealed in order to steer clear of possible accusations of treason.